Hello everyone, I'm Jayshree. Welcome to my channel and to this tutorial for the crochet sweater with a flower patterned sleeves. This pattern begins at the neckline, working down the yoke and down the body of the top. We then reattach yarn to the sleeves where we continue with the sleeves, and we have a little sleeve edging, a neckline edging, and there's an edging at the bottom as well. This tutorial is for a size extra small. However, I do provide the numbers that you need to work sizes small, medium, large, and extra large. You will see it at the top of the screen as you go along. Hope you enjoy this tutorial. Let's begin. Begin with a slip knot, chain 76, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Continue to 76 chains. I now have 76 chains. I'll now join a chain attached to the hook to the first chain, and to do so make certain that this entire chain is not tangled. So into that first chain, slip stitch to join. Round 1, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Chain 3 counts as a double crochet, so for this round I'm working double crochets into all chains. And to work a double crochet, it's yarn over, insert the hook into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. Continue with double crochets into all chains to the end of the round. I'm at the end of round 1 and I've worked double crochets into all chains. So to join, it's into the 3rd chain from chain 3, slip stitch. Round 2, chain 3, turn. Here I'll work double crochets into all stitches. Continue to the end of the round. I'm at the end of round 2, having worked those double crochets all across. I then slip stitched into the 3rd chain from chain 3 to join. Round 3, I chain 3, turned, and I've worked 11 double crochets into the next 11 stitches. So here, after those 11 stitches, I'll work the first corner, and to work the corner, it's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet all into 1 stitch. Now you'll see for the rounds as we work along, we'll always work the corners into the same space, into this chain 1 space. So you could take a stitch marker and mark off that space to make it easier for you to see. And you'll also see that we'll be working 4 corners into each round for the yoke. So that being my first corner, and I've worked half the back. Moving on to the first sleeve or armhole space. So it's a double crochet into the next stitch. Now you'll see that for the different sizes, the number of double crochets worked here changes. So you would have to follow the pattern in that case for the different sizes. And then into the next stitch, it's a single crochet. Then it's a chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and into the next stitch a single crochet. Then it's skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the next stitch work 5 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's 5 double crochets into 1 stitch. Skip 2 stitches, into the next stitch a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, into the next stitch a single crochet, then it's 1 double crochet into the next stitch. I'm at my second corner, so I'll work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all into the 1 stitch. So you can place a stitch marker into that chain 1 space, marking off the second corner. So we've now completed the first armhole space or sleeve, and we've completed 2 corners. So after my second corner, we're now moving on to the front of the sweater, and I've worked 23 double crochets. Now for the third corner, after those 23 double crochets, it's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all into 1 stitch. Then it's 1 double crochet into the next stitch, a single crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, skip 1 stitch, a single crochet into the next stitch, skip 2 stitches, and into that next stitch 5 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then it's skip 2 stitches, and into that next stitch a single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, into the next stitch a single crochet, then it's 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and we can now work our third corner, which is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all into 1 stitch. You can mark off this chain 1 space with a stitch marker, marking off the third corner. I've worked double crochets and I'm at the end of round 3 where I slip stitched into the third chain from chain 3 to join. Round 4, I chained 3, turned, double crochet to my first corner. So into that chain 1 space, I'll work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So now here for the sleeve, I'll work double crochets right to that chain 1 space that we worked from the round before. So it's a bit difficult to find, but make sure you find it. From the round before, we've got a chain 1 space there. So work double crochets to that chain 1 space. And I'll work my last double crochet into that chain 1 space. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And here my set of 5 double crochets. Into the third double crochet from that set, I'll work a double crochet. then it's chain 3, and on this side of the flower pattern, I'll begin my double crochets from that chain 1 space. So into that chain 1 space from the round before, I'll work a double crochet, continuing with double crochets to the next corner. I'm here at the corner, the chain 1 space. I'll work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that space. I've continued on with double crochets along the front. I've also worked the 3rd corner with a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, and here I've double crocheted. Okay, so this is my 2nd sleeve, and I've double crocheted to that chain 1 space. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the 3rd double crochet from the set of 5 double crochets, I'll work a double crochet. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll begin my double crochets again on this side of the sleeve into that chain 1 space. That will be my first double crochet. Then it's continue with double crochets to the corner. Here at the corner, it's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. I'm at the end of round 4, having worked those double crochets to the end. I then slip stitched into the 3rd chain from chain 3 to join. Round 4, I chain 3, turned and double crocheted to the 1st corner. Into that chain 1 space, I'll work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then it's double crochet. Okay, so I'm at my flower pattern, or the 1st sleeve or armhole space. So here I need to work double crochets into these stitches, these double crochets from the round before, but I need to also skip the last 2 double crochets. So I'm going to work double crochets So I'm leaving the last 2 double crochets before this flower pattern unworked, and then it's chain 5, 5 into this chain 3. The last chain from chain 3, I'll work a single crochet. Then it's chain 1, skip the double crochet from the round before, and into the first chain from chain 3 on the other side, work a single crochet. Then it's chain 5, skip the first 2 double crochets, and into the next double crochet, work a double crochet. Sorry. So I'm at the corner, the chain 1 space. I'll work the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and continue with double crochets. So here, right at the center, we skipped on this side of the sleeve. We're skipping the first 2 chains to work our single crochet into the 3rd chain, and then it's a chain 1, skip that center stitch, and single crochet into, on the other side, the first chain from chain 3. So here as well, we're skipping the last 2 double crochets, and on this side we're skipping the first 2 double crochets to form our pattern. So I've double crocheted all along the front from my 2nd corner all the way across. I've worked my 3rd corner, and I'm now at my flower pattern along the 2nd armhole or sleeve. So you see that I've worked double crochets into the double crochets from the previous round, leaving the last 2 double crochets unworked. So you're actually skipping those 2 double crochets. Then it's chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and into that chain, the last chain from chain 3 from the round before, I'll work a single crochet. Then it's chain 1, skip the double crochet from the round before and into that first chain from the next lot of chains, the chain 3. Work a single crochet into that chain. Then it's chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip the first 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and into the next double crochet, work a stitch. Then it's double crochet to the corner. And here at my corner again, it's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that chain 1 space. I'm at the end of round 4 working those double crochets, and here I slip stitched into the 3rd chain from chain 3 to join. Round 5, I chain 3, turned, and I double crochet to that first corner where I worked the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that chain 1 space. And here at my first sleeve, I work double crochets into all double crochets from the round before. So here I'll work 3 double crochets into those first 3 chains from chain 5. Here's my first double crochet, second, and third. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and we'll work a double crochet into that chain 1 space in between the 2 single crochets. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So on this side of the flower, I'll work 3 double crochets into the last 3 chains from chain 5. So here's my first double crochet, second, and my third. So that forms the pattern. So on this side it's double crochets, 3 double crochets into the first 3 chains from chain 5, and on the other side it's 3 double crochets into the last 3 chains from chain 5. Thereafter it's double crochets to the corner, I'll work the corner, which is a double crochet, chain 1 double crochet into that chain 1 space, and I'll continue with double crochets along the front to the next corner. I'm at the flower pattern for my sleeve on the second side, and I've worked that 3rd corner. I've double crocheted into all double crochets from the round before. So now I need to work those 3 double crochets into the first 3 chains from my chain 5 from the round before. So that was 1, here's my second one, and the 3rd one. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and a double crochet into that chain 1 space. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll work 3 double crochets into the last 3 chains from chain 5. So that's my first double crochet, second, and third. Then it's continue with double crochets to the corner. I'm at the end of round 5 and I've worked that last corner and I've double crocheted to the end and I've slip stitched to join. Round 6, I chained 3, turned, double crochet to my first corner where I worked the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space from the round before, and then I double crocheted into all double crochets and into that chain 3 space, forming the flower pattern. I'll work 2 double crochets into that space, 1, 2, a double crochet into the center double crochet, 2 double crochets into the next chain 3 space, 1, 2, and then it's double crochets into all double crochets, remembering that into the corner stitches or those chain 1 spaces I'll work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that space. So that's my corner. I'm at the end of round 6 and I've worked my double crochets all along the front. I've worked my double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 from the corner, and then I've worked my double crochets all across here, working 2 double crochets into the chain 3 space from the round before, and then I worked a corner and I've double crocheted to the end. I slip stitched into the 3rd chain from chain 3 to join. So I thought I'll show you the next repeat of round 3. Here I've chained 3 and I've double crocheted all across, working my double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that chain 1 space from the round before. So when I get to the pattern, my sleeves, here there's a slight change here. Before completing the sleeve part here, I need to find the center of the sleeve, which is in line with this double crochet from the rounds before. So if you see it here, and then here's my center, this double crochet here. I've marked it off with the stitch marker. So I'll work my double crochets to 5 stitches before that stitch marker. So here's my stitch marker. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need those 5 stitches in order to work my stitch pattern. So when it comes to a repeat of round 3, this is the way you'll do it. So then you'll work your stitch pattern into those 5 stitches, which is the single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, and then it's skip 2 and a double crochet into that stitch marked by the stitch with the stitch marker. And then it's easy, you continue with the pattern as normal. So it's just the one side of the sleeve where you'll have to find the center and mark it off with the stitch marker, and count your 5 stitches in order to work the stitch pattern. Okay, so that's how you would repeat round 3s from now onwards. I've continued on with the yoke and I've repeated round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6 and round 7. So my yoke measures 17.5 centimeters, or that's 7 inches, and that's the armhole depth for a size small. So you could work to an armhole depth, or you could fit on the yoke at this point, and it should line up with the underarm. I will provide the armhole depths for the different sizes in the next clip, which I've got from Craft Yarn Council's website. So the armhole depth for a size extra small is actually 6.5 inches or 16.5 centimeters. Now I've went up to 17.5 centimeters, and I would suggest you make it a little bigger than the required armhole depth, because for this pattern we begin our neckline further a little higher up. So I would suggest make it work an extra round or two to create more ease under the armholes. Rather be safe, fit on the yoke and see that it ends in line with the armholes before you begin the body. Moving on to the body of the sweater, round 1, I've chained 3 and I've double crocheted to that first chain 1 space. So I've also double crocheted into that chain 1 space, then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and skipping the stitches in between and the flower pattern to the next chain 1 space, I'll double crochet into that space. Then it's double crochet to my third chain 1 space. And you can see that we form the first armhole space. I'm at the third chain 1 space and I've double crocheted into that space. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3, skip the stitches in between and the flower pattern to the last chain 1 space, and I'll double crochet into that space. Then it's double crochet to the end. I've continued on with the body of the sweater, working 26 rounds in total. Round 2, I chain 3, turned, worked double crochets into all stitches, working those double crochets into the chain 3s under the armholes as well. Then I thereafter worked a chain 3, turned, double crocheted into all stitches, slip stitch to join for every other round. So work as many rounds as you need for the length of your sweater. To edge the sweater, I've chained 3 and I'll work front post double crochets alternating with back post double crochets. So to work a front post double crochet, it's yarn over, insert the hook into the post of the stitch, and this is the post. Pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, and that was a front post double crochet. So for a back post double crochet, it's yarn over, insert the hook into the post of the stitch but going from behind, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. So that's a front post and a back post, and I'll alternate between the 2 stitches. So for a front post, it's yarn over, insert the hook into the post going through the front, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. And a back post, let's go through the back of the post, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. So I'll alternate between the 2 stitches to the end of the round. I've completed the edging, alternating the front post double crochets with back post double crochets. I then slip stitched into the third chain from chain 3 to join. Should you want a thicker edging, you could work a few more rounds. You would have to chain 3 and continue to work your front post double crochets alternating with your back post double crochets. So into every front post double crochet from the round before, you would continue to work a front post double crochet, and into every back post double crochet from the round before, you will continue to work a back post double crochet. In my case, I'll fasten off and cut off the excess yarn. I do want to edge along the neckline as well, so I'll attach yarn to the neckline. Then it's chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and I'll continue with my front post double crochets alternating with back post double crochets. Continue all around the neckline. I've completed the edging to the neckline and I've fastened off. Now for the sleeve. Before moving on to the sleeve, you need to have a look at the yoke and see where along the flower pattern you've stopped for the yoke, and you continue with the sleeve from that round with regard to the flower pattern. So as you see here, I need to my next round will be the 2 double crochets into that chain 3 spaces. So what I'm going to do here is attach yarn to the underarm of the armhole, and then it's chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So I'll work double crochets to my flower pattern here, and as I did for the yoke, for the sleeve or the armhole space, I'll continue following the pattern just along this the flower pattern, and then it's double crochets to the end. I've continued on with the sleeve, repeating the flower pattern, and for the length that I needed, I've worked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these flower patterns. So you'll work as many of these patterns as need be to get to the length of sleeve that you'd like. Okay, make sure that you complete the entire flower pattern right at the end. You can always adjust the length with a round of double crochets at the end. So I've also worked a further round of double crochets where I chain 3, work double crochets into all stitches, and slip stitched at the end. Now we're moving on to the sleeve edging. You'll see that for the sleeve edging, you do need to tighten up on the sleeve. So here I'll chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll work double crochets, and at the same time I'll decrease. So to work a decrease, it's yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, insert the hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops on the hook. That was a decrease. So at this point, you'd need to figure out how tight you actually want the sleeve edging. I'll be working decreases right through. However, you can alternate between a decrease and a double crochet depending on the tightness that you'd like at your for your sleeve edging. So if you are alternating between a decrease and a double crochet, you'd work a decrease and a double crochet into the next stitch, a decrease into the next 2 stitches, and a double crochet into the next stitch. In my case, what works for me is all decreases. So I'm continuing on with those decreases. Remember, for a decrease, you need 2 stitches. Continue to the end of the round. I've completed round 1 of the sleeve edging, and you can see that my sleeve has begun to tighten up at the end. So I just slip stitched into the 3rd chain to join. Round 2, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So here we'll be working front post double crochets alternating with back post double crochets, just as we had done for the bottom of the sweater and at the neckline. Continue to the end of the round. I've completed the sleeve edging. For round 2, I slip stitched into chain 3 to join. Round 3 and round 4 was a repeat of round 2. I then fastened off, cut off the excess yarn, and all that's left for me to do is to repeat it on the other side and weave in all those ends.